TAPOVANA presents Ayurvani, speaking the language of healing.
How is your gut feeling today? Not emotionally, I mean literally. How is your stomach feeling right now? Let me ask you something else. How many of you crave for chocolates when you are stressed? How many of you want to have, pizza or junk foods before exams? Now, here is the scariest part. What if I tell you it's not really you asking for that chocolate? There is something else sitting in your gut, sitting very quietly, very intelligently, whispering, feed me sugar, feed me cheese, feed me fast food. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet your gut bacteria. There are about few grams in weight, but they influence your mood, your stress, your sleep, and sometimes even your decision. Now, one more question. When you're anxious before Viva or exam, where do you feel it first? Is it in the brain or in the stomach? That tight feeling, that churning, that urge to go to the washroom. That is not imagination. That is your brain talking to your gut and your gut replying back. In modern medicine, we call it as gut brain axis. In Ayurveda, we have said this thousands of years back. So today, we are going to speak about how the brain affects the gut affects the brain, and how Ayurveda and yoga beautifully completes this picture. So we have with me Dr. Nachiket. I welcome to the episode, Doctor. So last episode we spoke about three doshas, three gunas, how food influences three doshas and three gunas. Now, gut brain axis. This topic is very interesting,
Yes,
and most of them want to know how Ayurveda has a view on this. Can you just explore in this topic, Doctor?
yes, perfect. Okay, ma'am. Let's start with an example. You had breakfast at 8:30. Everything was fine. No acidity, no gases, no bloating. All of a sudden, you got a call from the boss at 11:30. It is cold, but that tone, and now all of a sudden, a tightness in the stomach, little bit acidity. Why this happened? You didn't had chilies in the breakfast. You didn't need spices. Everything was fine. Now, let's go scientifically a little bit. All of a sudden, fear and fight mode started. That stress started.
Yes.
The whole blood supply to the enteric system has shifted to the brain because brain has gone to the fear and fight. Adrenaline is increased, cortisol is increased, and these things are making you more nervous. So now let's decode with the Ayurveda. As we discussed about Sattva Rajatama, and I said there is something like nurture, environment that influence your gunas, not always food. Now, boss scolding or that boss tone increased your Rajaguna. That Rajaguna increased your Pitta, and that Pitta is showing you acidity.
Correct.
Now, more acidity, it will increase more Rajaguna, you will be more restless. So here, chili is not increasing your acidity. It's your that mental disturbance. It's your stress that is showing you that this kind of symptoms. So we can understand here, like it's not undigested food. It is a undigested thought.
Thoughts.
And sometimes when you're not digesting, we are not giving attention to your emotions, you're not taking care of it, then your stomach will start digesting your emotions.
Correct.
So what to do? Take a break before having food, be relaxed. After having food, again you have to digest it from mentally and then physically too. Okay.
So, doctor, we don't need antacids every time. It's just we need mental digestion, I think, right? So, in Ayurveda, we say protect your Agni, protecting your mind. Isn't it so?
Yes. Actually, I will go in some history. So what happened in 1998? Scientists did one experiment. They introduced Campylobacterium jejuni
Yes.
in one rat, and they started observing after some time that rats showed some anxiety effects and anxiety traits. And this is the same bacteria that causes diarrhea, like we say Atisara in Ayurveda, or gut dysfunction. So they took the same bacteria and Rat, before showing any gut disruption, he was showing more anxiety traits. Later, that rat showed that digestive disorders, but after clearing gut problem of that mice was showing the anxiety traits for long period of time. Then that was the first hint when scientists got there is something is happening in either in endocrinal pathway, either in neural pathway, or there are some proteins or some INF alpha V says in okay. Then interleukins that causes more stimulation for cortisol, and we call cortisol as a stress hormone.
Stress hormone. Yes.
And then experiments was going on, and the scientists discovered many pathways. First is neural, second is endocrine pathway, third is metabolic pathways, and there are many pathways they are talking about. So let's go with the psychosomatic axis, or which is consists of HPA most. Okay, hypothalamus pituitary axis. So what happened during HPA axis? Hypothalamus will secrete stimulating hormone for pituitary to release the cortisol, and pituitary will secrete cortisol releasing hormone. It will affect your adrenal glands on the kidney. So adrenal gland will secrete more cortisol.
More cortisol.
Cortisol, increased level of cortisol will show the fight and fear, those mechanism. So if this cortisol is persist for a long period of time, it can causes leaky gut syndrome. So these stress hormones is persist in your body because what you are eating a lot. Because sometimes gut microbiota can release the cortisol, or it can stimulate more HPA axis. So HPA axis will be stimulated by again and again and again by your gut microbiota. Ultimately, cortisol will increase. Ultimately, that anxiety state, that fearful state, or high adrenaline state will be there.
For a long period of time.
Yeah. So now if we see the metabolic pathway, so there are some myths. Now generation we are talking about, we shouldn't eat more carbohydrates.
Correct.
More carbs food, we have to limit that. But if you see very scientifically, there are two types of carbohydrates. Like one is simple one, and second is a complex one.
Ones.
So you can see the more simple one is a processed food. Like those contents, like they will give a lot of sugar instantly, but the complex carbohydrates you can find in these cereals, then many the food like Indian foods, like what Punjabi eats,
Correct.
what Rajasthani eats, their millets. So they're natural foods, they are completely full of complex carbohydrates. And when you digest the complex carbohydrates, your gut microbiota release ACFA,